Hey, you guys, it's your girl Aquila coming straight at you from Diva-Villege. My mind, my thoughts. Hope you guys got a chance to watch the show tonight. The show was titled Child Support. And a lot of people probably were thinking, well, why would you do a show called Child Support? I did that show because I felt that a lot of people don't understand how child support really works. So I had my 7 topics that I went over during the show, which I'm going to go over those same 7 topics again just to, let everybody know exactly what was going on. So in the show, and I have my paper because I don't want to miss anything. Hey, Kathy, how are you? So in the show tonight, when I was talking about child support, the reason why I did the show child support, hey, Deirdre, because a lot of people don't understand how child support, hey, Charmaine, a lot of people don't understand how child support works. Child support is for the child. It is not for the parent. So we're going to start out with this right here. When the child support money is going in for the child, that money should not be used for the parents to get their hair done. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Trey. How you guys doing? The money for child support is not set up for the mother to have a second income for herself, to keep herself up with the latest trend, to keep her hair done, keep her nails done, mani-pedis, for her to hang out with her friends. How you doing, Deidre? Hey, Trey. That's not what child support is for. Now, I'm not jumping down on anybody. I'm not beating anybody up. But let's go through my topics that I had tonight. For the men, what I said about child support is there's 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, and fall. And everybody asks, what does the child need? And my question to my answer, not question. Hey, Denise, how are you? My answer to that is, you don't ask what does the child need, because you should already know. Your question should be, if you don't know, is what size does the child wear? How you doing, honey? You can look on the back of your collar. You can go into stores. Kids can try things on and everything. You don't have to ask what the kids wear. Spring, summer, winter, and fall. Men, what do you wear during these seasons? Spring, summer, winter, fall. What are you wearing? And you should just know that the kids are wearing the exact same thing. If it's cold, they need a coat. They need boots. They need sweaters. They need gloves. They need scarves. If it's summer, they need summer stuff. They need something that's lighter. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Hey, Sheila, how are you? Everybody, please press share on your computer so I can bring more people in. Hey, Iris, how are you? Tonight, I'm doing something different. So I'm live on Facebook. And I'm also live on YouTube also. So you guys, please share so other people can see it. I hear you, Kathy. Just do it. You're absolutely right. Don't ask what does the child need, because they use the exact same things that you wear. Even though they may be babies or whatever, it's still the same concept. They have to stay warm. They have to stay cool. You shouldn't be asking questions like, what does the child need? Because you should already be in that child's life enough to know exactly what it is that child needs. And if you don't want to buy this stuff and give it to the child, put it at your house. So now if the stuff is already at your house, that means now you know the sizes. So you shouldn't be saying, well, what does that child need? Because you know what you have in your house. Can court be avoided? That's a two-headed sword as far as can court be avoided. Why do I say that? A lot of times, so that you can keep up with it, it's best to go through court. Why? Because if you go through court, usually what they're going to do is garnish your check, which is a good thing, because that way they can keep track of what's going on. You never have to wonder, did I pay that money and how much did I pay? Because you're going to already know. Now, the other side of that is, if you have 2 intelligent people, 2 people that are not constantly fighting with each other, or 2 people that still have feelings for each other, they should be able to sit down and work it out. Okay, the child is living with you this time. The child is coming with me on this time, and this is what I'm going to do. Okay, the child needs this for school. Okay, if you're going to pick up this, then I'll get this. Okay, if you're going to get the outfit, I'll get the shoes. I'll get the school supplies. Sometimes you can work it out like that, and you don't have to worry about going through the court. But depending upon who you're dealing with, you go straight to the courts. I mean, I've told people myself that if in a situation, and usually I tell it to the guys, not to the girls, but I usually tell guys, hey, Ann, hey, Dwight, how are you? I usually tell guys, right? I tell guys, You go to court first before she gets a chance to go to court. And women, don't think that I'm backing off or I'm trying to be, you know, against you guys, because trust me, I'm not being against you guys. My thing that is, I've seen it so many times that if the woman goes to court first, she has a tendency to make it look as though the guy doesn't want to take care of his child. And sometimes that's not what the case is. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing with women that you don't realize is once you go to court, hey, Dwight, how are you? I'm glad that you joined in. Once you go to court, you're going to get a lot less than what you would have been getting if you would just let that guy just go ahead and just do what he needs to do. You know, child support in New York City is 17%. And that 17% is split between the two parents, and that's only for one child. So if you split 17% in half, that's 8.5% for each child. And that's, if you really like think about it, it's not really a lot. I mean, how much can you actually do with that? That's what the whole thing is. So people think, okay, if I have more kids, they're going to give me more money. The thing with that, ladies, is they're only going to give you so much more. So if you got one kid, you split 17%. If you have two kids, you're splitting 25%. Three kids, 31%. No, I'm sorry, 29%. Four kids, 31%. And then 5 kids or more, you're going to split what? 35%. Now let's do the math. I haven't bought Pampers in a long time, but I'm quite sure a box of Pampers is going to cost you what? $20, $30, $40, $50 for a box of Pampers. Now, when you go to court for child support and they start breaking that down and you seeing exactly how much he's giving you, sometimes you end up with a minimum, depending upon what type of work he's doing, $25. Which means what? You don't even have enough now to buy a box of Pampers or to buy milk. But if you could humble yourself, hold on a second. Kathy said, get that visitation in place at the same time. Many men I know do the right thing over and over. They keep no receipt. Kathy is absolutely right. And I'm going to pin her comment because I learned that from my niece Brittany, to pin comments. You're absolutely right. Put this stuff in writing. Hold on. I'm going to go back to my thought, but I just want to let you guys know what other people are saying. So Cynthia says, I've gotten taken a little exception with your husband's point of viewing with calling females ratchet. If as he said, the guy's about having sex at that early age. Okay, Cynthia, now see, you could tell that we related because I said to him, you are going into this consciously. And he said, no, because you're young and you're not thinking about that. I'm going to pin your comment too, because all of this goes along with that whole child support thing. You can't say that you don't know what's going on. You may not be thinking about it at that time or what the consequences are, but you are conscious and know exactly what's going on. And there are ratchet women and there are also ratchet men also. There's men out there that's trying to see how many notches they can get on their belt, and you got women stupid enough to fall into it to help him get his body count up. But in the process, all these kids are being added into the situation, and somebody has to take care of these kids. Somebody has to take care of them. I pinned her so you guys can go back and read what she's saying, but she made a good point. And yeah, my husband and I, we did sit down and do this together. And the reason why, because the best person to have a conversation with is the man himself. So I can speak for some women and I can speak for myself, but you need a man's point of view. And I'm glad that you said that, because we were also going back and forth about a conscious decision. Again, you may not be thinking about it at that time, but you do know what the consequences are. And somebody at the end is going to have to pay the price. And don't think just because that the child lives with the mother that it's only the father's responsibility to take care of that child, because it's everybody's responsibility to take care of that child. And that was one of my things that I was going to say too. Whose responsibility is it? It's everybody's responsibility. You go to court. Once you go to these courts, the courts are telling you this is what you have to do. But women, the thing that you don't realize, let a man be a man, okay? If he wants to take care of his child without you having to involve somebody else. Let him do it, because in the long run, you're going to get a whole lot more out of the situation than you would if you were to go to court. Not only that, women, you have to stop. I want to say this. You know what? I'm going to say it like it is. My mind, my thoughts. I'm going to just say it just like it is. I'm not sugarcoating anything, as my cousin said. This is not Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory. This is Diva-Villege, my mind, my thought. Now, women, these men are paying child support. And with them paying this child support, and I hear Ed say, now you talking. These men are paying their child support. But when it's time for the visitation, you sending these kids out looking so horrible, like the kids doesn't have anything. That doesn't reflect the man. It reflects on that woman. Why does it reflect on that woman? Because the man already know he paid that child support. So women, if you're thinking, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just send the child to him, and I'm going to just have the child, hey, hi, Israel, how you doing? So if you're thinking that you're going to send that child to that father, and you're going to send that child looking a mess, hoping that that father's going to say, you know what, let me go out and buy something for my child, you're sadly mistaken. Because what happens is he goes out, he does buy stuff for the child, but what he does, he keeps it at his house. So when your child go back to you, that child is looking just as raggedy or just as busted as it was when you sent that child out. Have some respect for yourself. Have some respect for that child. Hold on. Kathy says, speaking of ratchet, I seen the child's father quit jobs and say, I'd rather quit a job than pay for the kid. Hey, Israel, how you doing? Okay, let me address what Kathy said. So what Kathy is saying, that there are ratchet women and ratchet men. So Kathy is saying that she's seen when men would quit their jobs instead of paying child support. Let me be the one to say it. You're not a man. You are a coward. You're not a man. You would rather go to jail, lose your freedom, than take care of your child and spend time with your child. You are a coward. You are a loser. But to the women, you knew what type of man that was when you got involved with him. It's not like he woke up that morning and he was just like, you know what, I don't want to do this. You knew what it was from the beginning and said, yes, 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 boys. And yes, even my husband James said, absolutely. Hey, Brett, I learned how to pen. Thank you, honey. Ratchetness goes on both sides. Thank you, Kathy, for bringing that up, because it does go on both sides. But men, to quit your job, okay, so now you quit your job because you don't want to pay child support, but you have a license. Guess what happens? Now they revoke your license. Now you can't drive. Okay, now they lock you up. Is it worth it? I mean, come on. You can go, hey, Shaniqua, how are you? Go spend some time with your child. Take your child out. Do things with your child, because this is all about. This is something I want you guys to know too. Child support doesn't just consist of money. Child support is supporting that child, spending time with that child, taking out to let that child know how you feel. That's also child support. When this is just a sad male. Dwight, again, a male, my cousin, he said, it's a sad male figure. And Israel's saying true facts. Charmaine is saying, not always true, because I married a man who took care of his kids as long as I was with him. But when I left him, it was a different story. Okay, Charmaine, I'm going to pin your comments so people can look at that too. This is my new thing, you guys, pinning. When he was there, he took care of that child. Okay, he was a good man. But when you guys separated and he stopped taking care of the kids out of spite, he didn't just hurt you. He hurt the kids too. So now you have to say, was he a good man, or was he just doing what he thought he was supposed to do while you were there? Because a real man, even when you break up with that real man, he's still going to take care of his kids. You know, I know a lot of guys, they're not with their child's mother, but they still take time out with that child, because people don't believe it, but a child needs their father. They need their mother, but they need their father too. And again, it goes back. It's not about just money. You have to put in time with those kids also. Is it punishment? No, it's not punishment to pay child support. Even though some women, you have friends that have done it. Oh, okay, you don't want to do this, then I'm going to take you to court for child support. Is it always necessary? No, because mature adults can come up with something and work it out where everybody is happy and everybody is satisfied. Again, the court thing is good. If you got somebody that doesn't want to work with you, that court thing is good. Why? Because now you have a record of what you did, and they're going to be garnishing your check, so she can't say that I didn't get the money. Now, the thing is, on the other hand, if that person is on public assistance, what's going to happen with that is you're going to be paying child support, but they're not going to always get that child support. So what you have to do, you have to look at it and say, okay, you know what side am I going to do this right here on? I mean, again, this is just my mind, my thoughts, but I'm not going to say just because I'm a female that females are always doing things the correct way, because they're not, because there are men out there that don't mind taking care of their kids. And my husband, he's one. He doesn't mind taking care of his kids, but has he been to court? Yes. Has it been said in court that he doesn't do A, B, and C? Yes. Does he pull out his records and say that he was doing it? Yes. Women, you have to stop, because you will get so much more from the man if you let him be a man. It's not a punishment meant for you to pay child support. Kathy's saying, I know men that are single fathers. Hold on, Kathy. I know men that are single fathers that say a lot right there. Take her to court and get that money for that check. You have to. Because if she's going to keep saying that you're not paying it, then go to court. Have your check garnished so that they know that money is coming in. You know what I'm saying? But women, when that money is coming in, you have to use that money for the child. Okay, the child lives with you. Granted, I mean, in some cases, not all cases. In some cases, the child lives with the mother. Okay, but you still are responsible for that child. You paying rent. You're putting food and stuff on the table. Even if you didn't have that child, you would still be doing the same thing. So, I mean, to say that you're doing something special, no, because you would still be doing it regardless. Now, do I think that men should step up on their own and take care and be responsible for their kids? I 100% say they should. But if it doesn't happen, I'll use myself an example. Now, my daughter's father, I never took him to court for child support. And people have said to me that I was crazy because I didn't take him to court for child support. But taking him to court for child support, what am I going to get? I got to take time off work to run back and forth to court. How much am I going to get? Is it going to be worth it? Sometimes it's best to bite that bullet and just do what you have to do. I've taken care of mine. I got married to my husband, and my husband came in, and he helped us out too. But my daughter never went for anything. I never begged for anything. I could always remember my Aunt Brenda said to me, never make a man think that you need him. And I never did. My daughter did great in school. I got her through college, where she got a bachelor's. She was on the honor roll. She did great. And now she decided, now, you know what? I'm going back to college. Now she's getting a master's. I could have sat back and waited for somebody to do something for me, but why? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kathy. Kathy said truth. I mean, listen, these people are not just waking up and being the way they are. You knew how they were from the beginning. Men, if you were with a woman and before she had a baby, she was constantly begging you and asking you for stuff, what make you think once she had that baby that she's not going to be asking for more things? And then the question is, how much money do you need for child support? Now, women, you probably saying, girl, you need to shut up because you messing up for us. No, I'm not messing up for you. I'm educating you and I'm schooling you, because this way you'll be able to get more than the little bit that you are actually getting. How much do you need for child support? Okay, Every pair of Jordans that comes out, do you have to buy them for your kid? Absolutely not. The new iPhone just came out. That phone is $1,500. Hold on. So Israel says, me and my daughter's mom don't do child support through the system. We agree that I send monthly payments for my daughter, but I don't like that she uses the money for her. See, I got to pin his comment too. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me pin his comment. Okay. I just pinned that comment too. That's a man's point of view. So he said with him and his mother, they have an agreement. And he sends money to the mother to take care of the kid. But the mother takes the money and uses it for herself. That's when it comes in. How much money is too much money for child support? Because all of this money that we as women are getting for our kids, are we actually using all of this money for the kids, or are we using the money for ourselves? Because anytime that the mother looks better than the kid in the street, there is a problem. Cynthia said, period, point blank, stop sleeping with everybody. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Because Tom, Dick, and Harry are sleeping with everybody. I agree with you also. Hey, Becky, how are you? And Becky Gasson just came in, and I did a show with her as a single parent. So she knows what I'm talking about too. You have to strive and do what you have to do for yourself. You can't wait for somebody else to do stuff for you. Men, what I say to you guys is find out what size your kids wear. You know, talk to your kids. Ask your kids what is it that they like. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you talk to your kids, you'll find out a lot of stuff that you're buying, they never wanted it anyway. It's the parents to say, my kid has to be in designers this. My kids has to be in designers that. I see little kids with Michael Kors bag. That kid doesn't even know what that is. Every pair of Jordan that comes out, that kid does not have to be in every pair of Jordans that you have. Now, to show you that how much is how much, when the father is not there and you're getting child support from the city, the minimum that you're going to get is $25. And rest assured, no matter how much they give you, you make it work. So why do you have to take these men and try to dog them out like that? I'm not saying that men shouldn't be responsible and that men shouldn't pay for their kids. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is you have to be more responsible as women to know what type of person that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a man and he decides, I don't want to pay child support, I don't want to take care of my kid, why are you going to run behind this man and tell this man, oh, please, 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 please? Because remember my show from last week, Sins of the Parents? Because while you're running behind this man trying to make him take care of this kid, when your kid have a kid, it's going to be the same thing. So women, what you have to do, in the words of Sierra, level up and let these men see that you can do it with or without them, that you can do it, because at the end, the only one that's suffering is the child. I mean, like I said, you got men, they don't mind losing their driver's license. They don't mind going to jail. But at the end of the day, you still have absolutely nothing. Stop calling these men deadbeat dads. Don't do it. Stop calling mothers deadbeat mothers. I mean, you know what these people are. You know exactly what you're dealing with. Another thing that I said, and I think I discussed it already, if the parents living in the house, should they pay child support? Everybody is responsible for paying child support. When you were making the baby, everybody wanted to make the baby, right? So now, why stop now? What R. Kelly say, go half on the baby? Hey, Ashley, how are you? Everybody has to pay child support. If you want something for your kid and it's not within your budget, then you wait till you can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I have to say this right here, and I say this right here because I never did it. And like I said, my mind, my thought, and somebody may disagree with me, and it's okay for people to disagree with me, but every new pair of Jordans that come out, if you cannot afford it, then your kid doesn't get it. Don't run behind some man, oh, I need child support, I need child support, I need child support. You don't have food in your house, but your child have on Jordan. You don't have food in your house, your kids don't even have decent clothes, but you got the iPhone XS or whatever that's coming out, and that phone costs $1,500. Come on, people. Come on. Child support. Child support. And again, child support is not just money. You have to put it, hey, Ashley, how are you? Hope you made it back home safely. You have to put in time with your kids. Not just money all the time. It's time. You know what I'm saying? Because money comes and goes. And a kid may forget about how much money you gave them. But what a child won't forget about is the time that you spent with them. They won't forget about how you made them feel. That they don't forget about. I think my time is about up. If anybody has any comments or anything that you want me to touch, Charmaine said, I think child support should be a last resort. So do I. I owe thousands and what? Oh, I'm owed thousands in back child support, but my children never. You know what? It's funny that you said that also, Charmaine, because what we were saying today, that some people are so far behind in their child support that their grandkids will end up paying the parents' child support because you're not going to get it. And you sit there and you continue to wait and wait and wait, and you're waiting on nothing. Charmaine, I met your kids. You did great with your kids. Your kids are doing good. So you don't even have to worry about that. Deirdre said, how about opening a bank account for your child? Open a bank account for your child. Show your kids how to be responsible. I mean, come on. People, we're all here for a reason, and we're bringing other people into our circle, which are our kids. Whether you are male or female, you have to realize these kids have to be taken care of. Women, I can't say it enough. If these men are giving you that child support, stop dogging them out and asking for more. They're giving you what they can. Women, and I've said this to plenty of women, every time that you go out with your child, you do not take that kid shopping. You don't. So don't lie and say you do. You do not take that kid shopping every time you go out with that child. So why would you expect that child's father, every time that child's father see them, to take that child shopping? Because what you're doing, you're making that child's father saying, you know what, I can't afford it, so I'm not going. I have a friend, matter of fact, and he said once to me that the mother dropped the kid off to where he was at. And the first thing the child said to him, Daddy, are we going shopping? He said, no, we're not going shopping. The child said, there's no need for me to be here. This father ran right up to the light where the mother was, because thank God was a stoplight, and put the kid back in the car and said, I'm not taking him shopping, so he doesn't want to stay, so you take him home with you. Ladies, do not raise your kids thinking that every time the father takes them out, the father has to spend money on them. Let them know that just spending time with them is big, because there are a lot of fathers that don't spend time with their kids. Sit down with the kids, talk to them. Again, child support is not always about money. It's not. Cynthia said, it's sorry a man that won't take care of his children, but does have cause to wonder. If he does that, test square on the mother, Murray said, you are not. And that's another thing too. Men, woo, I'm sweating. So you know this is a hot topic because I'm sweating. Now, one of the things, hey Peachy, one of the things like with me and my husband that we were going back and forth with again was conscious decisions. So like men, you sleeping with all these women, and these women are doing the exact same thing. And sometimes you get caught up and you think that kid is yours. And then you in court, you paying child support. Good relationships is worth it. Thank you, Ann. You in court, you're paying child support, and you find out that that kid is not yours. Now, Ann, to what you said, a good relationship is worth it. Yes, it is. But if you guys have broken up, you're no longer together, but you're in court for child support, and then you find out later on that's not your kid, that's not a good thing. And the thing is, you're not going to get that money back. It's not coming back to you, because the judge will tell you, okay, well, you're the only father that child ever known, so guess what? You're going to continue to pay child support. So you have to make conscious decisions. I know sometimes when you say you get caught up in the moment or whatever, but you need to come back to reality for a couple of seconds to reevaluate, to see what's going on. Let me see. I'm penning stuff as I go along because this is something new that I learned. Woo, you guys, this conversation is hot. Women, be more responsible. Be careful of who you're dealing with. Get to know a person. Everybody you know, and I say this all the time, women, everybody you know, you do not have to have a baby with them. And men, sometimes with women, if they have multiple kids and they see that you are a good person, they want all of their kids to be treated the way that you would treat your kids. So they'll try to set you up with that also. So I'm telling you, make conscious decisions. Be careful and know exactly what you're doing. Okay, you guys, my time is up. Go back and watch my show, which is called Child Support. And it's not, hey Pam, how are you? The show is not what you think it's all about, but watch it because this is me and my husband going back and forth about different issues and everything with child support. So, like I always say, all good things come to an end, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in tonight. I thank you guys for the comments that you made. This was so much easier because I changed my computer tonight, so I'm able to actually read the comments and stuff as I go along. But what I need for you guys to do, I need for you guys to go to YouTube. I need for you guys, hey Norman, how are you? I need for you guys to go in. I need for you guys to subscribe to the channel. I need for you guys to leave comments, good, bad, and indifferent. I think this is what the third season, either the third or fourth season that I've been doing it. So there are other shows that you might want to go back and watch because there are shows, even myself, I go back and I watch them to see if I missed out on anything. Leave comments, good, bad, or indifferent, because I do go back and I do answer your comments and stuff. Download the podcast because when you can't watch it, you can listen to it. Hey Beth, how are you? My new thing. Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate it. I appreciate this. My new thing that I'm doing there, you guys, is I have my merchandise. So you can go to demaka.bandcamp.com merchandise and you can order stuff. You don't even have to call me because you can just order the stuff online. They'll send me an email to let me know that this person ordered stuff. It gives you various options of ways that you can pay for this stuff. And when that's done, within a week's time, I send your stuff right out to you. I had, matter of fact, 2 orders I just did this week. Sandy, if you are listening, I'm sending yours out this week. I just waited because of the storm because I didn't know what the situation was. Yes, Pam, you must go back and watch it. Download my podcast, order the merchandise. I have t-shirts. I have bottles. I still have bags. Order your stuff. If you guys can see here, I'm wearing a different shirt tonight. So if anybody wants me to promote their products on my show, reach out to me. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. I'm glad that she got her bag and tell her I said thank you for her order. If anybody has anything that they want me to promote for them on the show, just reach out to me, not on the timeline. You can inbox me, or if you have my number, text me or reach out to me, and I don't have a problem with doing that. And last but not least, I thank each and every one of you guys, and I need for you guys to tune in every Sunday at 8 o'clock to find out what's on my mind. Thank you, guys. Love you. Thank you for tuning in.